Hi, I'm Bob Carr. At the Give Something Back Foundation, we focus on higher education and its transformative effect on young lives, especially for those who have faced adversity. And that's why we're proud to support the important educational programming produced by the CAUCUS Educational Corporation.
Funding for this edition of One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been provided by Investors Bank, Passaic County Community College, New Jersey Council of County Colleges, Create, Josh S. Weston, the Give Something Back Foundation, providing mentors and scholarships to help Pell Grant-eligible students go to college and graduate in 4 years debt-free. And by New Jersey Sharing Network, dedicated to saving lives through organ and tissue donation. Promotional support provided by NJ.com, Small News, Big News, True Jersey. And by the New Jersey Chamber of Commerce, the statewide voice of business in New Jersey.
This is One-on-One. I'm an equal American just like you are.
The jobs of tomorrow are not the jobs of yesterday.
Look at this. You got this?
Here it is, man. Look at that.
Life without dance is boring.
When you first heard that they were doing Charlie Rose and Gayle King, didn't you go, what?
Do you enjoy talking politics?
No.
People call me because they feel nobody's paying attention.
Our culture, I don't think, has ever been tested the way it's being tested right now.
Such a good question. High five.
Welcome to One-on-One. I'm Steve Adubato. I've heard about this young lady, but finally got her in the studio. She's Rhenotha Whitaker.
Yes.
Who is a blogger, and it says media personality, but she is so much more than that. How you doing?
I am well today. Thank you so much for having me.
You know, you've been with Dr. Oz?
Yes, I'm currently on his season 8. I was on season 7 and was brought back for season 8. Yep, so I'm doing media work with him, media contributor to his show.
You also on the radio?
I am on the radio. It's called K107 FM Jams. It's actually in Canada, though.
That's all right.
Yeah, the show is called The Vibe with Rhenotha. I do a morning show from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m.
So here's the deal with you. From what I read about you, you have this incredibly positive attitude. You got a great life story. You've overcome, let's just say, a few things in your life.
Okay.
And you're a role model for a lot of people.
Yes.
Describe your life growing up as a kid.
So, you know, growing up as a kid,
Where?
I was in Newark, New Jersey, of course. I am from Newark, New Jersey, born and raised.
Brick City.
Brick City, yes. We grew up on 9th Street, then moved to 12th Street, and high school and throughout. The rest was the Weequahic section, of course.
Yeah.
And, well, not of course, but I went to Weequahic High School. And growing up, of course, you know, not of course, but my mom, you know, she was disabled, so we grew up on welfare. But she always told us that, you know, you can do anything you want to do if you put your mind to it. And that was the moniker that I took. I wanted to make sure that I had the will to do better in this life, and that's exactly what I did. Yes.
When did you know, as a student of leadership, I think I have a pretty good sense of who's walking around with it, the gift. When did you know you had the gift?
Oh, wow, when I was about 8.
What is the gift?
Yeah, when I was about 8 years old, I knew I was destined for greatness, if you will. Yes, that's what I have everywhere on all of my websites, you know, just child of God and destined for greatness. I was about 8 years old. I knew that I was different, and I knew that, you know, just because my last name has a W doesn't mean I have to be at the end of the line. I was always at the front of the line, even at 8 years old. So at every graduation, I was at the front of the line. Why? Because I was salutatorian at 8th grade graduation, number 5 in high school, and I sang at my college graduation at Drew University. And, you know, I just told myself that, you know, there has got to be more than this, more than the hood.
More.
So, yes.
But you see, the other thing I read about you, which you're going to share with folks now, is your own personal wellness journey.
Yes.
Talk about that.
So, you know, I've always been a big girl all my life. And why I said 8 years old is because I was tall. So when I was in the 3rd grade.
About 6 feet tall.
I'm 5'11".
You're right
so
there.
today I'm about 6'2".
I hear you. You got the heels, I'm checking them out.
Yeah, I got my good heels on. So I've always been a big person or a full-figured person. And, you know, like I said, I was a tall person at 8 years old. But, you know, of course, when I got older, the weight started to come on, right? So when I turned about 28, I told myself, you know, this just isn't right, you know? However, while I was in, you know, being more than plus size, I always knew I was fabulous.
Even at, hold on one second.
Yes.
Do you not want me to say the weight?
Go ahead.
Because I read
My highest weight?
Yeah.
Oh, 345 pounds.
And you felt what at that time?
Yes. Oh, I was fabulous. Absolutely fabulous.
At 345?
At 345.
You still knew?
Yes.
You got to talk to me because
I was fabulous.
I'm gaining the extra 5 pounds and I'm like, you're a loser. So you got to share now what the secret is.
Well, see, you know, when you have a positive outlook on things,
Go ahead.
You know, your weight doesn't bother you. You know, when you always have to walk in a room as if you are the it. And at 345, that's how I rolled. That's how I, you know, just presented myself. And as a matter of fact, no one actually ever knew that I was 345 either, because I didn't look it because I was so tall.
Right.
So, you know, I knew how to wear it. I knew how to wear my weight, and I didn't really have what I call
Go ahead.
fat girl features.
Fat girl features.
Yes. Yes. You know, the hanging skin and, you know, the rubbing thighs and all that kind of stuff. I knew how to wear 345. But at the end of the day, 345 was not going to work when it came to my health.
So you said?
So I told myself, if I don't want to be diabetic, I need to get this weight off. If I don't want to have cardiovascular problems, I need to get this weight off. So that's what I started to do. I started to go on my wellness journey, and right now I am just thriving in it. I started a group called Row Fit 35.
What's it called?
Row Fit 35.
Love it.
Yes, Row is clearly is my name, Rhenotha Whitaker.
Right.
And 35, why? Because at 35 years old, I told myself I didn't want to be obese on the other side of my 30s. And with that, several programs have come out of that. If right now for the Newark YMCA, anyone who is a part of Row Fit 35 can get a half-price discount on a membership. So
Look at you
we've
plugging.
been, yes,
Look at you
hello,
plugging away,
sponsorship,
all right.
partnering, all of that. Yes.
So that's happening. And then how does Oz find you?
So Oz found me because
Because you're out there telling your story.
I was out there,
and
yeah.
Who heard it?
Oh, the Dr. Oz show. So they cast me for one segment last season and said, oh,
Look at you.
my
Look
goodness.
at you and Oz.
Yes, check us out. That's my
connected right
buddy.
away
He
with him?
is a sweetie pie, yes. They cast me for one segment last season and said, we have got to keep her. So that's exactly what happened. And this is my second season on the Dr. Oz show.
How's it change your life?
Oh, immensely. You know, things, you know, as far as, you know, being able to just get the word out there about obesity and get the word out there about just healthy lifestyle, you know, that is something, you know, invaluable, especially to have that connection to the Dr. Oz show.
So here's the deal. A, why don't you have a book out yet? And when's coming? I'm just asking.
Almost there.
All
Don't
right.
you worry.
Second, B,
Yes.
are you going to be, and I hate when people say this because it's a stupid question, because there's never another Oprah.
Right.
And just because you're African American and you're talented and you happen to
Right.
be
You don't have to be the next
beautiful,
Oprah. Oh, thank you.
when do you have your own gig on this side?
Wow. Well, I mean, I do have a bunch of projects that I'm working on. I have On the Road with Rhenotha, which also talks about wellness opportunities with celebrities or different politicians and members of the community, you know,
should
so
be
we can
doing
get
this.
the word out.
You should be doing
Oh,
this.
you're such a blessing.
No, I'm serious.
We're
Like,
working
you
on
know
it.
that
Definitely working on it.
Because here's the thing. Your positive attitude, your message, drawing other people out, helping them. I'm just saying.
Thank
You
you.
know, so here's my question to you. What's your message to everyone watching right now? It says, you know, that's great for Rhenotha. That's terrific for her, but that's just, it's not me. I don't have what she has, you say. I just don't have what she has. I don't have that spirit. I don't have that positive attitude. What do you say to them right now? watching?
Yes, you do. Yeah. I say to that person, yes, you do, because if I could, you can. Absolutely. The reason why there's Row Fit 35 is because it's a community of people that have that down in the dumps attitude. However, I'm there and other people are there to help them and uplift them so that we can also let them know that, guess what, if I can, you can.
Yeah, but see, you've also told our producers you have to find your own why. You found your why.
Yes.
So what do you mean they have to find their own why. There can't be your why. They can't steal your why.
No.
They have to get their own.
No. You have to find your own why. My own why was that, even though I was 345 pounds, I didn't have high blood pressure. I didn't have pre-diabetes. I didn't have any of those things. However, when I get older, because at 345 pounds, those things are likely to happen. So that was my why. Right? So someone else's why might be, I want to be there for my children, right? Or I just want to, live past the age of my mom because she had diabetes.
Yeah.
Or I want to live past the age of my father because he had heart issues. So on this wellness journey, individuals have to find their own why, because guess what? If they don't find it themselves, it's not going to work. It's not going to work.
You're terrific, Rhenotha.
Oh, thank you.
Whitaker. And by the way, the Newark Circle of Sisters recently honored you for doing your great work. Keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you.
And come back anytime.
Absolutely.
Let me be on your show one day.
Oh, you are so welcome.
All right?
First guest?
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Shake on it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Newark is proud of you.
Thank you so much.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
To watch more One-on-One with Steve Adubato, find us online and follow us on social media.
Steve Adubato here at the 2016 PGA Championship at beautiful Baltusrol Golf Club in Springfield, New Jersey. Bob Marino, who is the chairman and CEO of Horizon Blue Cross Blue Shield in New Jersey. Come on, doesn't that sound great?
It does. Thank you, Steve, and thanks for being here today.
Yeah, I'll tell you, and we are actually in the Horizon RWJBarnabas Health booth, which is air conditioned and beautiful, and it's late in July and it's kind of steamy outside. But I'll tell you what, the idea of this tournament, being here, and you and your team together with the folks at RWJBarnabas being major sponsors, why?
Well, first of all, the PGA Tour is one of the major events on the golf circuit during the year, and it's here, as you said, in beautiful Baltusrol. What a venue. This is great for New Jersey. We're happy to be part of it. We're a New Jersey company, and we're always happy to promote New Jersey.
We also had an opportunity to talk to one of the young golfers on the PGA Tour, based in New Jersey, grew up in New Jersey, Morgan Hoffmann, who is really, he's the ambassador for Horizon and RWJBarnabas Health. Why have a major golfer on the tour be an ambassador for you guys?
Well, if you met Morgan, you realize that he's really physically fit. And in addition to being a great golfer, he's a great young man, and I think he's a great role model for well-being and fitness. And obviously, Barnabas and Horizon share a common goal in health and wellness and really keeping our patients and our members healthy. And I think Morgan really represents that well.
You know, this program that is being talked about, the Healthy Steps New Jersey campaign, what is it? Why does it matter?
Well, Healthy Steps is all about nutrition, physical fitness, and eating well. And as you know, Horizon has many programs that we sponsor, ranging from childhood obesity to childhood asthma prevention. So it meshes really well with what the company stands for, and that's for keeping our members well and keeping them healthy.
And there's also a program we've done on public television before. It's called Healthy You, that your organization leads, done in cooperation with the YMCA, I think?
That's correct. That's correct. We do it in cooperation with the YMCA. Again, it's youth-oriented. It's about eating well. It's about staying fit. It's about proper nutrition. And the theory being is we need to teach kids at a very early age about wellness, about staying well, what to eat and what not to eat. Healthy You is one of those programs.
Talk about golf a little bit, because you and I have had some offline conversations about golf, and the game for you, I'm sure people are curious about this. It's one thing to ask a member of the PGA Tour, a golf pro, but for you, when did you pick it up and why?
Well, first of all,
you're busy building your career.
This is true. This is true.
How dare you?
Yeah, and golf is definitely a game.
And your family.
Yeah, exactly. Golf is a game for retirement. You know, I started playing golf, I don't know, maybe 20 years or so ago, and really it was my son. I have a son who got into the game, and actually that was one of the reasons why I got into it. I don't play a lot. I do love the game. I enjoy it. What I've learned over the years is that when you're out there for 4 hours, all you're worried about is that little white ball and where you hit it and why you hit it there. You kind of forget about everything else. So I find it as a great relaxment.
Dude, hold on. I'm curious about this, because I talked to your colleague Barry Ostrowski, the leader over at RWJBarnabas, and I've played with him. You and I are threatening to play, and we will. Do you shut it down? Do you really, like, you're not dealing with things? You really don't carry the BlackBerry? You do it?
Steve, I do. You know, really, I respect the game, and more importantly, when I'm out there, I just want to enjoy it. I want to enjoy the game. The BlackBerry doesn't come with me. It's off. I don't look at it. It's really about enjoying being out there and, you know, just being outdoors and taking your mind off what you do every day.
And by the way, folks who use iPhones, don't send me an email, or, you know, because I know iPhones are involved too, okay? Let me do this. I'm curious about this because you and I talk leadership all the time. You don't expect this one. The connection between how a young person or someone not so young manages him or herself on a golf course and leadership.
You know, I think there's a great connection there. You know, one of the things I always taught my son when he started playing the game, and I'm not really a great golfer, is respect the game, respect the etiquette of the game, behave like you want to be a role model and you want to set an example. So I think there is a parallel between how you handle yourself on a golf course and how you lead a company.
And so it's interesting, while we're talking about fitness, while we're talking about nutrition, right, priorities for your organization, they're not separate from how a young man or young woman conducts him or herself on a golf course or how they play any game.
I think that's right. I think that's right. Clearly, whether it's fitness or whether it's your personal conduct, I think there is a connection between how you behave on a golf course and how you lead your own personal life.
Yeah, and we see that every day played out in corporate America and other venues. Bob, I want to thank you for joining us, and congratulations on being a part of a great event, a historic event, frankly, the PGA Championship. I mean, it feels great to say at Baltusrol Golf Club in beautiful Springfield, New Jersey. Thank you, Bob.
Steve, good to see you. Good for you to be here today. Thanks a lot.
To see more one-on-one with Steve Adubato programs, visit us online at steveadubato.org. If you would like to express an opinion, email us at info@caucusnj.org. Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Steve Adubato PhD, and follow us on Twitter at Steve Adubato.
Hi, folks. I'm Steve Adubato. More importantly, we have two very special guests I want to introduce you to. First, Dr. Mary Ellen Caro, Vice President of Enrollment Management and Learner Services, Thomas Edison State University, and Captain Bart Roberts, Vice President, Flight Operations, JetBlue, and JetBlue Foundation board member and a veteran of
the United States Navy.
Thank you for your service to our country. We appreciate it. What a fascinating program initiative we're here to talk about. Captain, describe the initiative that the JetBlue Foundation is funding at Thomas Edison State University regarding aviation and aviation careers and why it's so important.
Well, it's important because what we want to do is we want to create an opportunity, a diverse opportunity for people to learn, whether they're adults or even younger. And it's all related to STEM education relative to them being able to progress their opportunities in the aviation field.
And the grant is, describe it.
This grant that we received from the JetBlue Foundation enables us to create the courseware for the aviation management degree. So it's extremely important because it helps funds the various courses that have to be created in the curriculum.
So right now, you told us right before we got on the air that there were 70 students, excuse me, in the program.
Well, we have other programs with JetBlue, other academic programs. And we actually have about 80 students. We have close to 300 applicants, and we're delighted that we have the first class graduating, about 50 students tomorrow.
So tomorrow, as we do this program in mid-September, tomorrow 50 students are graduating. Describe, Captain, these graduates. What are they facing? What opportunities are there for them, more importantly?
It's really an opportunity because many of these people I know personally who have gone into the workforce and foregone their education, or many of them, you know, they did 2 years, 3 years, and they just did not have the opportunity, the money, or the wherewithal to be able to continue this education. And through JetBlue's scholars programs and our association with Thomas Edison State University, we've created opportunities for these adults to continue their education. And I will tell you personally, it means so much to these people to be able to fulfill a dream that they had, because many times they just had to put their life on hold from an educational perspective. And what JetBlue Scholars Program and the Thomas Edison State University has done is created a pathway for people to fulfill their dreams through education.
Doctor, help us understand this, because clearly, Captain, you're so committed to this. You talked about your background. As I read about you, you did not come from a background that was particularly privileged.
Correct.
Let's just say you came from a challenging background. You found
Correct.
aviation. You found a career, a passion that has meant so much in your life, and you've helped so many others. Describe this curriculum so people understand what these students are learning so that they are able to go out and have a career in aviation.
The value proposition of Thomas Edison State University, as it was created, is to help adults complete their degrees, whether it's a baccalaureate degree or a master's degree. So what's unique about this particular program is that we're able to take prior learning that's evaluated for credit, transfer credits that have come from their early attempts at education, JetBlue training, and put this all together with courseware so that a crew member at JetBlue might find out they're pretty far on their way to achieving a degree. And
excuse me for interrupting, describe some of the coursework so people are really clear.
So within the coursework, aviation management, customer service related to the aviation industry, things like that. There are coursework in operations management. It's taking the JetBlue experience and crafting around it the surround that brings some of the theory to the experience.
Captain, there are real career opportunities here that to the average layperson we may not even understand.
Oh, absolutely. And that's really one of the values of it, is to create the opportunities and for people to realize that sometimes the boundaries that we place on ourselves are self-imposed, and we just need to be shown a path to be able to create opportunities to a future that they may not have had in the past. And that's really what JetBlue's foundation is all about, through our education incentives and then the work, certainly with the JetBlue Scholars Program.
Stay on this, Captain. Getting a plane off the ground. You smile as I'm saying this. I hate to say the Reader's Digest version, the PBS version, what does it take and how does it relate to all these potential jobs?
Well, it's really about confidence. It's really about building yourself to the level of that you feel confident that you can do something that maybe in the past you didn't feel you could do. And it's all through training.
But a team.
It is a team. It is a team, and it starts on the ground. And the thing and the beauty about the JetBlue Foundation is just not centered on pilots, because there are so many other opportunities for people. Such as becoming dispatchers. We need great maintenance technicians, and we need a lot of maintenance technicians, and we need people who work in the business itself of managing and running the airline, the safety aspect of the airline. It's phenomenal to me when you look at it on a ramp next time, and you look at all the activity, and you think about what it takes, the initiative and the dedication of the people to stay consistent to that. And that's all part of helping people grow through education.
I was saying that you were a veteran, you served, and so much of the programming we do is dedicated to not just honoring our veterans, but talking about the challenges they face. Some of the students are veterans.
They will be, yes, as they come into the program. We have students that begin with us as active military and stay with us and actually complete their degree as veterans. And they bring to the table military experience and coursework that can be evaluated for credit, plus a lifetime history and experience that is invaluable.
What's it like for each of you to see these people, these young and other different ages, pursue this dream and potentially have a life, a career, life-changing experience in aviation? What's it like for you?
Well, for me personally, it's a payback. It's such a pleasure to see other people to succeed and to be given those opportunities and the pathways to success. And that's really what these things provide for people, because, as I said before, many times the barriers to these opportunities are simply self-imposed, or if a person doesn't know the path to get to it. And that's really what is the satisfaction of these, and to see these people succeed and to achieve is tremendously exciting and also just very rewarding.
Absolutely. It is seeing people change their lives. The average age of our student is 36. Just in a couple weeks, we'll have the annual commencement ceremony at the War Memorial in Trenton. when you see the people come across the stage and you hear their children and their loved ones in the audience cheer for them, and you hear them say, I did it. This was something I wanted to do, and son or daughter, you can do it too. I can't really express adequately the emotion that all of us feel on the stage watching that and hearing how education has really changed the pathway of these adults.
I cannot imagine the joy that you experience, but also the joy that these people are experiencing, the opportunities, all connected back to STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math, all tied together. Dr. Mary Ellen Caro from Thomas Edison State University and Captain Bart Roberts from JetBlue. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate everything you're doing.
One on One with Steve Adubato has been a production of the CAUCUS Educational Corporation, celebrating over 25 years of broadcast excellence. Funding for this edition of One on One with Steve Adubato has been provided by Investors Bank, Passaic County Community College, New Jersey Council of County Colleges, Create, Josh S. Weston, the Give Something Back Foundation, and by New Jersey Sharing Network. Transportation provided by Airbrook Limousine, serving the metropolitan New York, New Jersey area.
Hi, I'm Peter Rooney. In 2006, I lost my father to renal disease. He was on the waiting list for a new kidney, but did not receive one in time. Unfortunately, so many like my father have lost their lives while waiting for a life-saving organ. At New Jersey Sharing Network, we're committed to saving and enhancing people's lives through organ and tissue donation and by informing people about this important decision. Because you can make a difference and save a life.